Hello, welcome back to Learn Economy. In this video, we are going to look at certain negotiable instruments. Before understanding the different negotiable instruments, it's very important to understand the meaning of negotiable instruments. So, what is a negotiable instrument? Actually, it is a signed document which will be giving a promise uh, to the person telling that a sum of payment would be given. Okay, so this document itself is a promise, or this document promises to give a sum of payment to a specified person. This document is transferable, and this is a signed document which will give a promise to pay the bearer a sum of money at a future date, or this would be telling that this is a promise to pay the bearer a sum of money on demand. So the payee, who is a person who is receiving the amount, must be named, or otherwise the name of the person should be indicated on the instrument. Negotiable instruments, as I have already told, this is transferable, so that this will allow the holder to take funds in the form of cash and use them in a manner which is appropriate for transaction, or uh, according to his or her preference. The fund amount, which is listed on the document, would comprise of negotiation as to a specific amount which is already promised, and this must be paid in full, either on demand or at a specified time. This instrument, as already told, is transferred. This could be transferred from one person to another. So let's look into certain forms of negotiable instrument. The first one is promissory note. This is a debt instrument which contains a written promise. This written promise made by one person or one party to another party or another person, telling that a definite sum of money would be given at a future date. So this would be containing all terms pertaining to indebtedness, such as the principal amount, interest rate, maturity date, place, date, issuance, signature, etc. Although financial institutions may issue promissory note, for instance, you can see that you need to sign a promissory note if you are going to take out a small personal loan. So usually what happens is that this allows companies and individuals to get financing from source of. So you can see that the source could be a company, or it can be an individual who would be willing to carry the note under the agreed terms. Next, we look into bills of exchange. This is a written order which would be binding one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party, and this could be on demand, or this could be given in a future time or a future date. Bill of exchange can include three parties as well. The drawee is a party who would be paying the sum. The payee is the person who receives the sum, and there is a drawer who would be obliged. I mean, he is the one that obliges the drawee to pay the pay. So, a bill of exchange is considered to be playing a very important role in the international trade in order to help importers as well as exporters to fulfill their transaction. In the case of a bill of exchange, we could see that this is not a contract by itself. Here, the involved parties can use it to specify the terms of transaction, such as the credit terms, the rate of accrued interest, etc. Next, we are going on to demand draft. This is something which is very common. This is a common method used by individuals to make a transfer payment from one bank to another, or one bank account to another bank account. This actually differs from regular normal checks because here it doesn't require any signatures to be cashed. A demand draft is actually a method to initiate a bank transfer which doesn't require a signature. But in the case of a check, you need a signature. A demand draft is a prepaid instrument, thus you cannot stop payment on it in the case of fraud or misintended receipt. Since demand draft could be issued to defraud people, uh, there have been many regulations which are followed by different banks in order to deal with the victims to recover funds. I mean, in order to deal with the problems with respect to the suffering of the victims. So this would be helping the victims to recover their fund from the holding bank. Next, lastly, we have check. As we all know, this is a document which would be ordering the bank to pay a specific amount of money from a person's account to another person whose name would be written in the whose name the check has been issued. So, or whose name that is mentioned in the check. The person writing the check is known as a drawer. He has a transaction banking account in his name, so there would be money in the account. The drawer would be writing various details including monetary amount, date, name of the payee, etc. in the check. He would be signing in the check. He would be ordering their bank to give the person or a company the amount which is stated in the check. So that's all for today. Please like, share, subscribe this channel for more videos. You can be a part of both my Telegram group and Telegram channel to discuss your doubts. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box. Thank you.